With Einar Tangen in Beijing. Is a political and economic affairs commentator. Always good to speak to you on this news hour. This really seems like a significant move in China, especially one for women in the country. Did it all come about by women actually asking for more rights, especially when it comes to their own safety?
Well, this is the fourth amendment to this law that was passed in 1992. There's been, as I said, 3 other revisions. There's been some concern. Obviously, there was a report of a woman and videotape of being chained up. I think that was actually a little bit sensationalized, but it pointed to this issue that there are more men than women in China, and some men were engaged in buying wives. There was also a very disturbing video of a woman being beaten up in a restaurant, and that went viral. But this has been in the works for quite some time. So at this juncture, the law has had 3 readings. It's gone to the Standing Committee of the NPC, and it will be put on into effect in 2023 after it goes through, assuming that it is voted on through the 2 sessions, which will be in March.
How have women in the country reacted to these amendments to the existing laws?
Well, obviously, women's rights are a big issue here. Right now, China is trying to encourage women to have more children. And part of that is respecting them in the workplace. Women have a hesitancy to leave the workplace if they're, going to lose their position in terms of career advancement. So they're toughening up the rules to support a lot of the goals that they have. Women's issues, one of the problems sometimes is that they're in theory, they're there. There are laws on the books, but they're not always enforced. This is another stimulus in that direction to make sure that people know that this government is being serious. Remember, the government tends to prepare very slowly, but then act very quickly at times. So I think this is a serious indication that this is seen as a social advancement issue, that women have to be protected. There's a real issue with elderly women not getting the full social services and payments that they are supposed to get and not being treated well in the workplace. So these are important societal issues that they're acting on.
Definitely important societal issues, not only in China, but the world over. But I'd like to understand, if you're a woman in China right now and you are facing harassment or have faced harassment or discrimination at work, what recourse do you have, or do you have any at all? And how likely is it that there will be some sort of justice against those who are discriminated against?
Well, there have been a number of significant Me Too incidences, and they have not all been resolved in favor of the women. And there has been some complaints. There were tens of thousands of suggestions that were given in response to the public hearing by women advocacy groups and individuals. That the process here is that they always have to have a number of readings of the law, and then a number of public discussions. They have to be put out to the public. And I think this is uppermost in people's mind. They want to make sure that there is justice for anybody who's out there. I think codifying it makes it, as I said, it's a strong signal that the government is taking this very seriously.
Einar Tangen, thank you so much for putting that all into context for us live there from Beijing.